Step number 1 is to remove this Harbor Freight lift table from underneath my workbench. Next, I assemble the lift table tubular push handle, then secure the push handle with these hex bolts. In step 3, I set my Mikey KK10S electric scooter onto the lift table platform by lifting then rolling it onto the lift table top. Mind you, this thing is over 110 pounds with all the accessories. I was trying to lift as elegantly as possible, but obviously failed. Next, I raised the tabletop to a comfortable working height by depressing the hydraulic pedal. Since this is a cheapo Harbor Freight lift table, these wooden blocks are crucial to the tabletop height maintenance. Removing these 2 Allen screws is all it takes to get the front brake caliper off. Don't forget the motor cable securement screws. The next major step is to remove the motor wheel securement cap and hex nuts on both sides. These were Loctite, however, a powered impact wrench makes quick work of this task. Without any nut securement, the front wheel comes off its front swing arms like butter. I set it onto the tabletop ready for the next step. The next step is removing the tube air valve cap, then depressing the valve pin to release as much air from the inner tube as possible. I unscrew quantity 6 Allen screws to allow separation of motor and rim. Using a putty knife scraper, I pry the motor from the minor rim. The motor slides right off. The inner tube is still in usable condition, so I repurposed it by fitting it into the new tire, then reassembling all the wheel components together. As expected, I rescrew all quantity 6 Allen screws in place to secure the 2 halves of the wheel together. I do the final torquing by hand with a screwdriver in a crisscross pattern. This is to prevent stripping the screw threads with the power tool. Next, I reattach wheel axle securement hardware. Now this is the trickiest part of the whole process, but eventually I managed to wiggle and lift the wheel until its axle was locked into place by anti-rotational washers. Again, the final torquing of the wheel axle securement nuts must be done by hand in lieu of power tool to prevent thread stripping. I try to gauge the resistance based on my experience. My general rule is slight downward pressure at the 6-inch moment arm. I repeat this action on the outer cap nuts. These nuts provide extra security against wheel dislodgement. Next, I resecure the motor cable by attaching it to the side of the swing arm. Then I reinstall the front brake caliper by locating it on the brake mount and fastening it in place with quantity 2 7mm Allen screws. Needless to say, the tire would not perform well without air pressure, so I attach the air pump hose head to the wheel valve, then pump air by reciprocating the pump handle. This is one of my favorite parts of the process. I love the swish sound the hydraulic cylinder makes as I release air from it to lower the tabletop. Again, the scooter weighs in excess of 110 pounds, so extricating it from the lift table was not a walk in the park. I managed to finally get it off by holding the table in place with my left feet. Next, I remove the push handle securement screws to allow disassembly of the push handle. I removed the tubular push handle and set it on the tabletop. Then I wheeled the whole disassembled lift table back to its home under my workbench. Finally, I took the scooter out for a test ride. Traction has increased tremendously.
You want to go again?
You want to do another one?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
This video is dedicated to the love of my life, Von Pink. I love you and good luck on your receptionist exam, baby.